You work harder than everyone around you, yet they're buying houses while you're still counting pennies? You have all the knowledge, all the skills, but somehow the money never sticks. You watch people with half your intelligence build wealth effortlessly, and you can't figure out what you're doing wrong. In this video, we're going to break down exactly why this happens and what you can do to change it. Everything will be explained in a simple, clear way that anyone can understand and apply immediately. Let's start with something uncomfortable. Intelligence doesn't create wealth. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? We've been told our whole lives that smart people succeed. Study hard, get good grades, and money will follow. But look around. The straight-A students aren't always the millionaires. The people who barely pass school are sometimes running empires. This isn't about whether you're smart or not. This is about how your brain is wired and what you've been taught to value. Here's the real problem. Smart people overthink everything. When an opportunity appears, they analyze it to death. They see every possible risk, every way it could fail, every reason to wait. Their mind becomes a prison of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Meanwhile, the average person sees the same opportunity, shrugs, and just tries it. They fail sometimes, sure, but they also succeed because they actually move. Your intelligence is creating analysis paralysis. You're so busy being right that you forget to be rich. Let me explain what happens inside your mind. Smart people have been rewarded their entire lives for having the correct answer. School taught you that mistakes are bad, wrong answers lose points. Failure means you're not good enough, so your brain learned to avoid being wrong at all costs. This creates a deep fear of uncertainty. Money lives in uncertainty. Business lives in uncertainty. Risk is where wealth grows. But your brain sees risk and screams danger. It tells you to wait, to research more, to be absolutely sure before you act. And while you wait for certainty, opportunities vanish. Average people don't have this problem. They weren't trained to need perfect answers. They're comfortable with not knowing everything. They're okay with trying and failing. This gives them a massive advantage. Think about it like this. Imagine two people see a chance to start a small business. The smart person spends 6 months studying the market, reading about competitors, calculating every expense, planning every detail. They want zero risk. The average person spends 2 weeks learning the basics, then starts. They make mistakes, yes, but they also make money while the smart person is still planning. 6 months later, the smart person finally feels ready to start, but now the market has changed. The opportunity is gone. They missed it because they needed to be perfect. Here's another truth. Smart people trade time for money, and they think that's normal. You get a job, work hard, prove you're valuable, and wait for a raise. You believe your intelligence and effort will be recognized and rewarded, but that's not how wealth works. Rich people trade systems for money. They build something once that pays them over and over. A business, an investment, a skill that scales. They don't get paid for hours. They get paid for value that multiplies. Your intelligence makes you really good at jobs. You solve complex problems, impress your boss, and climb the ladder. But the ladder has a ceiling. You can only work so many hours. You can only get so many raises. Meanwhile, someone with average intelligence builds a simple business that runs without them and makes 10 times your salary. You're playing the wrong game. Let's talk about money beliefs. This is where things get deep. Smart people often grow up in environments where money is complicated. Maybe your parents struggled. Maybe they told you money doesn't grow on trees, that rich people are greedy, that you should be grateful for what you have. These messages sink into your unconscious mind. Now, even though you want wealth, part of you rejects it. You sabotage yourself without realizing it. You avoid sales because it feels pushy. You undercharge for your work because asking for more feels wrong. You spend money as soon as you earn it because keeping it creates anxiety. Average people don't carry this weight. They see money as simple. You provide value, you get paid. You want more, you do more. No guilt, no complexity. This mental freedom lets them build wealth naturally. Your intelligence has trapped you in sophisticated poverty. You have smart reasons why you can't be rich. The economy, your industry, your location, your responsibilities. All logical, all true in some way. But there are also excuses that protect you from trying. Here's a real example. Two people want to earn extra income. The smart person thinks about their skills, their degree, their professional image. They decide they need to find a high-level consulting role or wait for a promotion. Nothing else feels worthy of their intelligence. The average person sees that people need help moving furniture. They buy a truck and start a moving service. It's simple work, not glamorous, but it pays well. Within a year, they hire others and step back. The business runs itself. They just created a system. The smart person is still waiting for the perfect opportunity that matches their self-image. They're stuck because their ego won't let them start small. Let's shift this. Your intelligence is not the enemy. The way you use it is the problem. You need to rewire how you think about money in action. First, understand this. Wealth comes from doing, not knowing. You can study business forever, but until you start one, you're broke. Knowledge becomes power only when you apply it. Stop collecting information and start testing ideas. Second, get comfortable with being wrong. Every successful person has a graveyard of failures behind them. Failure is data, not defeat. When something doesn't work, You learn what not to do next time. Your intelligence makes you learn faster from mistakes than most people. But only if you allow yourself to make them. Start small experiments. Low-risk tests, where failure costs you almost nothing but teaches you everything. Try selling something online. Offer a service. Build a tiny side project. Don't overthink it, just start. Third, change how you see your time. Stop trading hours for dollars. Look for leverage. What can you create once that pays you repeatedly? A digital product, a course, a system, an investment. Your intelligence should be building assets, not just completing tasks. Fourth, fix your money beliefs. Sit quietly and ask yourself what you really think about wealth. Do you believe rich people are bad? Do you think wanting money is selfish? Do you feel guilty for having more than others? These beliefs will block you until you confront them. Write them down, challenge them. Replace them with truth. Money is a tool. Wealth gives you freedom to help more people. Live fully and create impact. There's nothing wrong with wanting it. Fifth, take imperfect action. This is the hardest part for smart people. You want the perfect plan, but perfect never comes. Instead, take the best action you can see right now with the information you have. Then adjust as you go. Average people do this naturally. They try, see what happens, and adapt. You can do this too, but you have to override your need for certainty. Sixth, simplify everything. Smart people complicate simple things. They add unnecessary steps, over-engineer solutions, and create complexity that slows them down. Rich people do the opposite. They find the simplest path to the goal and walk it. Ask yourself constantly, what's the easiest way to do this? What can I remove? How can I make this simpler? Your intelligence should be removing obstacles, not creating them. Here's the truth that will set you free. You don't need to be smarter to be rich. You need to be braver. Wealth favors action over analysis. It rewards those who move despite uncertainty. Your intelligence is a gift, but only when paired with courage. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop needing all the answers. Stop letting your smart brain talk you out of trying. The world doesn't pay you for being smart. It pays you for creating value and taking action. You have everything you need right now. The only thing missing is the decision to start. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, not when conditions are perfect. Now today, with what you have, average people aren't beating you because they're better. They're beating you because they're moving while you're thinking. But you can change this. You can use your intelligence the right way. You can build wealth. It starts with one small action, one uncomfortable step, one moment where you choose doing overplanning. Take that step today. Your future self is watching. Make them proud.